Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So welcome for the continuation discussion on Gita Gyan. And today we're going to cover chapter 10. So that the title, okay, just to recap. Okay, the last class was Friday. Then okay, so just to recap of all the topics that we have gone through. Okay, so we have passed through chapter 1. Chapter 1 is observing the army on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. What happened? Arjuna became bewildered. And chapter 2, contents of Gita summarized, where what they call? Krishna start to summarize the entire Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 3, we discuss on Karma Yoga. So Krishna started slow, all right? He started slow, saying that how to first step into spiritual life. Okay, do without attachment. Okay, do things without attachment. And chapter 4 we studied on transcendental knowledge, and chapter 5 we spoke on what they call karma yoga, which is action in Krishna consciousness, how that we can dedicate everything to Krishna. And chapter 6 we spoke on dhyana yoga. Okay, so these first 6 chapters is the first part of Bhagavad Gita, first unit. And the second unit, which is from 7 to 12, which is the confidential knowledge. All right. So it is just like the first six chapter and the last 6 chapter, protecting the middle 6 chapter. So we have discussed on knowledge of the absolute. And chapter 8, we spoke on attaining the supreme. Okay, how to attain the supreme. And chapter 9, which last Friday, we spoke on this topic of the most confidential knowledge. Okay, so after we went through that most confidential knowledge of Krishna, so now today the title is the opulence of the absolute. Okay, so before we start, is there any reflection, any takeaway from Friday? Anybody like to share something? So Kalivani Mataji, how's your trip to KL?
Very nice, Prabhu.
Nice.
I go and get blessed from the master, the guru.
You got the blessing.
No, actually, I don't know that we cannot touch the feet, Then
So you weren't touched.
The thing
Okay,
like
good lah.
once I did ready, then only my sister stopped me. I actually cannot do. Oh my God, because when he coming there, they all bringing him. Suddenly he stopped in front of me. Then I see why I want to stop this opportunity. Just take bless. So I get ready.
Yeah, of course. That's a really a fantastic opportunity. Why not want to miss it? Eh? So okay. All right. So if there's no takeaway, no sharing, so we continue our topic today with chapter 10. Okay. Before message Hare Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Arul Prabhu. Okay, so let's do our invocation prayer, our usual invocation prayer. Before we start, we offer obeisances to all our spiritual master, to the preceptor for giving us that opportunity. Without their mercy and their blessings, it is not possible for us to be here, sit here and discuss this Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so before we start, let's offer our gratitude. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uta Padakamlam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Advaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Stude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimade Jaya Pataka Swaminiti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaura Kada Damadaya Nagara Grama Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimade Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashati Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vignana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jvala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktina Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupa Nuga Virda Pasidanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambu Jayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Saruba Uma Sri Jagannataya Te Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Paditanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nasta Presu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Hari Om Tat Sat. So today we have met, we are meeting on September 17th, 2024, Tuesday. So we just passed through few big festivals for the past few days, and especially yesterday. Yesterday was the festival of the appearance of His Divine Grace, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Bhakti Vinod Thakur was born somewhere around 1832, and he was a magistrate. He was born into a very rich and aristocrat family. All right. So what happened? He had a vision. Okay. He had a vision once that he had two visions. The first vision is saying that he saw that the Russians and the Westerners, the British, all were singing on the street. They are singing and walking towards Mayapur. They all were singing, chanting the holy name. He had that vision. And the second one, he had a vision of Mayapur. He was standing there and he had a vision of Mayapur. And he is also the person who discovered Mayapur, the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He, in fact, he's also the first person to send a book, the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, to Munich, Germany, and also to the library in Canada. Okay. He had a vision that one day this the cult of Hare Krishna will spread to all over the world, and there'll be a devotee, a Senadipati Bhakta will go and distribute it to all over the world. Therefore, he had dedicated his life in translating all the books that we found in Bengali and all these things into English. Formerly, Chaitanya Charitamrita was a scattered literature. Okay, it was a scattered literature and it's almost disappeared. But he went and all the town, and he's a British, what they call, he's a magistrate. So being a magistrate, he has a very powerful position. So he went and all over Calcutta, Bengal, and all these things. He gathered back this Chaitanya Charitamrita, and later he translated into English. And like that, he translated so many books in English. Okay, and he is also known as the seventh Goswami because of his vision more than 100 years ago, 1896, when he first started to send the books into that English-speaking world. And today we are here, all right, enjoying and being blessed or saved from the most dangerous type of fear, that is to lose the identity of a human being and falling back into the kingdom of animalistic life. We fall into animal kingdom. Okay. So he was, and he's also a father of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, the spiritual master of our AC Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Okay. Today is the appearance day of Namacharya Haridas Thakur. Okay. Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur, he had a pastime during the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, around 500 years ago in Bengal. He was born into a family of a Muslim, right? He was born in a Muslim family. And he had what they call and he loved to chant the holy name. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appointed him as the Nama Acharya Haridas Thakur. He chants 192 rounds a day. Can you imagine how many rounds we chant? 16. And that also struggling. But he chants 192 rounds. And he had many challenges, right? Once that Muslim magistrate caught him and told him that, you know what the Muslim call murtad. You're not practicing the religion and you're going to other religion, they call murtad. And they want to punish him to death. But before that, he told that to stop chanting, but he refused. So he was sentenced to, he's supposed to go to a 7 marketplace or 21 marketplace and get whipped. That means they take him to the one marketplace, they take the satai, you know, that kind of rope thing, whack him. Usually by 1 or 2 marketplace, usually the people die. But Haridas Thakur seems to be not affected at all. Even though his body was bleeding profusely with all that hitting, but he was not affected at all. Okay. Then after that, the guy who was whacking, you know, is telling, you begged him, please die for the sake, if not, the king will kill us. And he says, really? Okay. Then he just pretend to die. Then after that, they throw him into the Ganga and somehow or other he escaped. And he's the one who authored this book called Harinama Chintamani. In Harinama Chintamani, the glories of chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Okay. And because of that thing, and today we also have that, what they call? The Harinama Chintamani book, all right? The glories of chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Okay. So on this auspicious day, we gathered here to discuss on the chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge of the absolute, all right? The opulence of the absolute. So without further ado, let's start our program. Okay. So ISKCON Malaysia proudly presents Gita Gyan, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10. Let's take darshan of Sri Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. This deity is from ISKCON Vrindavan. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kantanam. Sri Krishna Balaram. Sri Radha Krishna. Right? So today we dedicate our program to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Founder-Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Without his mercy, we might not be sitting here and discussing Bhagavad Gita, the book that's spoken 5,000 years ago and still valid till today. All right, let's look at today's Gita Mahatmya. Ye shrinvanti patantyeva Gita Shastram aham nisham nate vai manusajneya deva rupa na sangsayaha. All right. So what does that mean? Ye shrinvati patanti eva. One who day and night hears and recites the Gita. All right. One who day and night hears and recites the Gita is never to be taken as a mere human being. All right. So that means a person who reads Gita day and night, first thing wake up at night, and they make Gita as their lifestyle. This Mahatmya says that they are not can be considered as a mere human being. Without a doubt, he is veritable God. That means without a doubt, he has all that qualities of a godly person. Okay. Chapter 6 through 12 are the essence of Gita. If one fortunate to understand the Gita, especially these middle 6 chapters in the association of a devotee, then his life at once become glorified beyond all penance. That means glorified beyond all penance, all kind of penance, sacrifice, charities, speculations, etc. Okay, so today this is what the glories of the middle 6 chapters. Okay, let's look at understanding of Gita. Just what is Bhagavad Gita? Just what is the Bhagavad Gita? The purpose of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, now this is very important. Okay, why this is not working? Okay, so just what is Bhagavad Gita? That's a question he's asking. All right, just what is Bhagavad Gita actually? All right, the purpose. Okay, what is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita? Is to deliver mankind from nations of material existence. Okay, so the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind. Okay, to save mankind from nations. What is nations? Nations means ignorance. Okay, nations means ignorance. So that means to deliver the mankind from the ignorance of material existence. All right. When you look at it, the material world looks like so perfect. It looks like so perfect. It looks like everything seems to be so real. Today I sent my car for service. All right. While I was servicing the car, I was waiting. They were having this thing called National Geography Channel. In that National Geography Channel, they were talking about the Triangle of Puma in Chile. There's a country called Chile, and there's a place where there's a place where there's a high concentrated puma, a kind of cat, like a lion or tiger, something like that. Puma cat, right? And the guy was given 5 days permit to go and check out how the puma lives. Right? It's called a Puma Triangle. The title of that show is Puma Triangle. That guy who went there, he said, I have dedicated my whole life studying puma. And I'm so excited. At last, that government invited, they invited me and the government gave me 5 days. So he went there. He was when he saw that puma, that guy, the scientist, became so excited. His eyes start to wide open. He start to say, look at the tail, look at the thing, look at this, look at that. And looking at the puma, how the flood travel and everything. Then he says, then one thing that he said that the book says, all right, the book says, puma doesn't live in a community. It lives as secluded. It lives as individual. So now he says we have to rewrite the book, or we have to tear the current textbook, right? And we have to do it again because the puma lives in this thing. One puma kills a prey, and it will wait for all the other pumas will come and he had it having a feast. This, that, this, that, this, that. And he says, I wish I can just go on doing this until my final breath. Look at that. Look at that level of ignorance. The level of ignorance, right? So, and they were talking about the scientists who go into the forest, La Nina, Al Nino, all these kind of things, right? Because the people are in nations, they are in so much of ignorance. People are living in horrible ignorance in the material existence. Okay, every man is difficulty in so many ways. They have so much of difficulty in so many ways. As Arjuna was in difficulty having to fight the battle of Kurukshetra, just like Arjuna was in a position, bewildering position, whereby he need to fight the battle of Kurukshetra. Arjuna surrendered unto Krishna, and consequently Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Not only Arjuna, but every one of us is full of anxieties. Okay, so every one of us is full of anxieties because of this material existence. Okay, what is an anxiety? Like recently, like the thing that the land that got sucked in, right, in Masjid India, and people in KL are so much in anxiety. I remember 20 plus years or 30 years ago, all right, I met one JKR scientist, engineer in KL. Okay, that time we were so young, and we met, and I don't know for what reason, suddenly he said, one day KL will sink. Right? So one day KL will sink. So that means there are so much of anxiety. Now I heard that property price is, people have stopped building this. Everyone is in anxiety. So there's not only in KL, even in Ipoh, everywhere. The anxiety is always there. Okay. So that means anxiety became our full-time feeling. So sometimes when we are not in anxiety, we are already in anxiety. Why suddenly I'm not feeling sad? I'm not feeling worried. Then something is not right. Right? Because of this, but our very existence is in the atmosphere of non-existence. That's the most scariest part. Our very existence, the one that we are existing, is actually in the atmosphere of non-existence. Okay? Actually, we are not meant to be threatened by non-existence. Our existence is eternal. But somehow or other, we are put into asat. Asat refers to that which does not exist. All right? So like that day, we were discussing, about this, the material world is, I draw the gray thing, right? So that is actually the shadow of spiritual world. Okay, the shadow. We are in the shadow, and we are thrown into a situation which doesn't exist, but it looks so real. Okay, the body, the feeling, the mind, right? The food, the relationship, right? The ownership. All these look so real. Okay. So with this, we'll continue our discussion. So today we're going to speak on chapter 10. From chapter 9, Krishna was giving his confidential knowledge, whereby Krishna started to declare himself as God. Before that, he says, okay, what are the takeaway in chapter 9? Krishna says, worship me in the form of Krishna. All right. It's not asking you to worship in any other form. He said, worship me in this form of Krishna. All right. So, man mana bhav mad bhaktu mad yajimam namaskuru mam evisha shuktaivam atmana mat parayana. You engage your mind, your intelligence, right, in worshiping me. Pay obeisance to me. Worship me. Being fully absorbed in me, you will come to me. All right. So then we also discuss about the creation of the universe, how the thing who and so and so. All right. So now we're going to study on the opulence. All right. First, we talk about attaining the supreme. Now we are looking at the opulence. How opulence is Krishna. Okay. So now, remember the Lord. Chapter 10 describes the Lord's opulence, on which a devotee can fix his mind and how to remember him when we see opulent, powerful, and beautiful things in the world. So whenever we see something beautiful, Hare Krishna Prabhu, sorry I'm late, just came. No problem. Right. So that's what chapter 10 is about. So in chapter 10 is a chapter that you can concentrate your mind upon. Right. So I believe that all of you are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And this is such a coincidence that we are discussing about this. And even as today also appearance day of Srila Haridas Thakur, Namacharya Haridas Thakur. Okay. And now this chapter, let's make full use of this chapter. How are we going to fix our mind and how to remember? Okay. So that means when we see every opulent thing around us, every powerful thing or every beautiful thing, we will remember Krishna. Someone is unmuted. Oh, Krishi. Okay. Okay. Now let's look at the verse. 10.1. Let's see what Krishna says. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bhuya Eva Mahabaho. The O means we pull the raga. E means we pull the raga naturally. U above dash, that means we pull the raga. So Bhuya A, that means there's a A. When you see A with a dash, we pull that sound. But we don't see the A without dash. It's a short A. All right. So S with apostrophe, we're going to call it as Shri. She. All right. Sha. Sha. Shampoo. Sha. All right. When there's a dot underneath, we're going to pronounce it Sh. Okay, like this. Vakshami. S at the dot at the bottom, we roll the tongue, put in the filling. Sh. So Vakshami. All right. But this is Sha. The sounds like shampoo. But when there's no S, when there's no apostrophe, now this thing, we just pronounce as S. All right. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bhuya Eva Mahabaho Shrinnu me paramang vachaha Yatte hang priyamanaya Vakshyami hitakamyaye. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, listen again. He says, listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna, because you are my very dear friend. For your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. So before this, we have read, all right, what we have studied before. Okay. So what we have studied before, he says, because you're my dear friend, because you're not envious of me, I will reveal the secret. Krishna says in chapter 9, right? And chapter 10 says, okay, but now here in chapter 10, Krishna is saying, he's reinforcing that because Arjuna is his friend, Arjuna is not very envious to him. So here it says, Sri Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality, said, listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna, because you are my dear friend. And after that, he says, for your benefit. What does that mean? That means this is something that Krishna is going to speak, something that was not spoken before. Okay, for your benefit. All right? For your benefit. That means it's something that he's going to say, okay, I shall speak to you further. And what he says, right? Giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. So what you have already known in chapter 9 or chapter 8 or whatever that Krishna spoke up to chapter 9, he's going to explain which is going to be better. This knowledge is much more better than what you have heard. Okay? Are you all following me on this? So Krishna is going and describing further of his opulence. 10.2. What is Krishna says? Name vidu suragana prabhavang na maharishayah aham vadir hi devanang maharishi namcha sarvasha. Name vidu suragana prabhavang na maharishayah aham vadir hi devanang maharishi namcha sarvasha. What Krishna says? Neither the host of the demigods, devas, okay? Na me vidusura gana prabhavam na maharishi. Prabhavam na means no. All right? So aham adirhi devanam maharishinam cha sarvasha. Neither the host of the demigods nor the great sages maharishi know my origin or opulence. For in every respect I am the source of the demigods and the sages. So what Krishna says here, there are 33 million devatas. Okay. And among the head of the devatas is called Mahadeva, which is called Lord Shiva. All right. Then come Brahma. Like that comes Surya, Chandra. Okay. Then after that, there's a 33 million part of them. And also come to the lower part of the devatas like other, okay. Oh yeah, just forgot. Right. Like the planetary, okay, like Saturn, Saniswara. So like that, there are a total of 33 million types of devatas. And all the 33 million devatas, they have their own planet. They have their own planets. Example, Lord Shiva lives in Kailash. Lord Brahma lives in Brahmaloka. Lord Surya lives in Suryaloka. Matahari, right? The Surya. Lord Chandra, the moon lives in Chandra, he lives in Chandraloka. Okay. Lord Sunny lives in Saturn, Sunny Loka. Right? So like that, like Lord Buddhan stays in that. Lord, so like that, all the devatas have their different planets. There are so much. So he says, despite all these things, what Krishna says, that they can't even know my opulence. All right? In every respect, Krishna says, it is not just in certain respect. So that means to know, understand Krishna is only by when Krishna revealed it himself. Because this is what Krishna says. Krishna says, no one understand me. 10.7. Etang vibhutim yogam cha mama yo vetti tattvataha so vikalpena yogena yujyate natra sangshayaha. What does it mean? One who factually convinced of this opulence. That means those people are convinced with facts of this opulence and mystic power of mind, engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of these, there's no doubt. So what Krishna says, when a person understands, I saw a message just now. Is it a message? Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry. So what Krishna says, one who with facts convinced of this opulence, that means Krishna's opulence and also mystic power. Okay. All his mystics is a power. Okay. Engages in unalloyed devotional service. So once they understand that no one can understand him, only a devotee through the service could understand him, they will engage in unalloyed devotional service. And Krishna says of this, there's no doubt. All right. Now we're coming to the Chatusloki. What is Chatusloki means? The Chatusloki means the 8 important, Chato means 4. Chato means 4. Sloka means that means these 4 is the essence of entire Bhagavad Gita. Are you all following me on this? Anyone who are confused?
Yes, Prabhu.
Are you confused or what, Krishi?
No, I mean, I understood.
You understand? Okay. Anyone? I hope all of you understand. Chatusloki means the 4 principal sloka. Chato means 4. Sloka. All right. So this is the 4 slokas that what we're going to recite now is that the ultimate understanding or the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Now let's look at number 1. Ahang sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvang pravartate iti matva bhajante mang buddha bhava samanvitaha. What Krishna says, I am the source of all spiritual and material world. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Remember yesterday, Karna Vishnu will be lying in the Karna ocean, and from the bubble that appears from his body, you see there's so many bubbles around, and each bubble he enters. Can you see there's one bubble that's Vishnu reside inside? So he enters into each bubble as Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Okay. So what Krishna says, that means therefore what we understand from this sloka. This is something very important. If you want, you can snapshot of this, keep it, or you can even mark your Bhagavad Gita 10.8 and also read the purport. He says, Aham sarvasva, aham, me, aham means me, sarvasva, everywhere, sarva, prabhavo, pragasam, all right? I'm illuminating. So, I am the source of all spiritual and material world. So, whatever spiritual world from Goloka, Vrindavan, to the spiritual sky, that Vaikuntha Loka, all right, then up we come to that, what the river, what, Vajra, what? Vraja, river Vraja, then comes to the light and the dark part. The light part is Kailash, and the dark part is Sadasiva and Bhairava. And from there, when all that things, so we understand that he is the source of all spiritual and material world. Okay, everything emanates from me. All right, everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their heart. Okay. Okay. Can you see the whiteboard? Can you all see the whiteboard?
Yes, Prabhu, we can see.
Okay. Now, what we see here, first we see this, the spiritual world. Okay. We are seeing this area. We call it as the spiritual sky. Okay. Spiritual sky. So then inside the spiritual sky, we will see, okay, right? It's like this. So just let me do a quick drawing. Okay, this is like a lotus petal. Oops, sorry. Okay, like a lotus petal. So we see this as Goloka, Vrindavan. Okay, this is the place where Lord Krishna resides. And here, we see there's lots of planets. Okay, there's one planet here. So what we understand from here? There are millions, right? That cannot be calculated. Okay, this is called as Vaikuntha. All these are called as the Vaikuntha planets. All these are called as the Vaikuntha planets. All right, the varieties of Vaikuntha planet. And of course, in between here, this planet, in between the Goloka Vrindavan and here is Ayodhya Dham. Okay, where Lord Ram stays. Okay, Ayodhya Dham, then okay, Goloka Vrindavan. And this area is called as a, this thing called as a Brahma Jyoti. Okay, what is Brahma Jyoti? Okay, the light, right? The illumination here is called as the Brahma Jyoti. Okay, or in other words, we also can call it as the aura of Krishna. Okay, and here okay, this is the border. Okay, this is the border here. And here, what place is this? Okay, this is called Viraja River. Okay, the one that separate the material world to the spiritual world is Viraja River. And the one that separates the material world to that hellish planet, there's also another river border. We call that as Vaitarani River. Okay. All right. Now, then after this, there is also a planet here. Okay. There's also a planet here. Okay. This planet has two parts.
The Kailash and Kailash.
Okay. This place has two parts, the dark and the light. All right. So here, this is the place where we see, okay, this is the material universe, and this is what? Kailash, the other part of the Kailash, all right, the darker and the lighter. And here we see there are so many planets which is dark. Here this is a dark, gloomy, all right. Every what they call, every circle is one universe, all right. Like this, there are millions of universe, all right. This one universe. So what we understood that day, that this place is called the dark side. Okay, the dark side. So this is called the material sky. All right, this is all material world. So this material sky is basically shadow of that spiritual world. This is the shadow of the spiritual world. Are you following me on this? Any one of you confused? So this is all shadow, 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 the thing that doesn't exist. So the shadow of this spiritual world is the material world. Are you all following me on this?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay,
Yes,
everyone is okay, clear? Right. So this is called the material sky. Okay, now what happened from this shadow? Okay, now let's take one shadow out. Okay, that means, in other words, what I'm going to do here, okay, I'm going to take I'm just going to take one shadow out. Example, I'm going to take this one out. And I'm going to explain to you what is this. Okay. I'm going to take this one out. Okay. So this one shadow, okay, this is one planet, which is look like this. Okay. All right. So I'm just taking out this one. Okay. I'm taking one shadow out, right? Like that, there are millions of shadows. I'm just taking one out. So what we find underneath the shadow, okay, we find area, okay, where Lord Vishnu appears here. Okay, here at the bottom of the shadow, okay, bottom of this place, all right, he lives here as Garbha Daksyasi Vishnu. Okay, so you all still remember how that Karnadaksha Vishnu, right? Right, in between there's a river where the Narayana will go in and all the bubble, and this is all the bubbles. Do you all remember that? Hare Krishna. Do you all remember that?
Yes, Prabhu.
That means you have watched the video. If you missed the thing, please watch chapter partial 8 and 9. Okay, because they
Yeah.
have explained. Okay, now, so here Garbhodakshay Vishnu. All right. So from here, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, what happened? From his navel, okay, from his navel, okay, it came a sprout like this. Okay, and here appears a place. Okay, here where Brahma born. Brahma. So Lord Brahma, he lives somewhere here. Okay. And in between there are 14 planets. Okay. So Earth is supposed to be in the middle. Earth. Then other upper planetary system. 2. Okay. So something like that. 5. Okay. And the lower planetary system. 1, 2. Yeah, not enough space. So I just understand. So like that. So that means when we look at that upper planetary system is heavenly, lower planetary system is hellish. All right. Okay. Now let's see what happened. So when this thing is created, Garbhodakshay Vishnu created. Okay. So when Brahma was born, so Lord Vishnu inspires Brahma for creation. Okay. He inspires Brahma for creation. Okay. He inspires Brahma for creation. Okay. He inspires Lord Brahma to start creation. Then after that, first word that he heard from, because Brahma was wondering, who am I? What am I? What am I doing here? All right, it's a long story in Srimad Bhagavatam, explained Srimad Bhagavatam, but first word he heard was tapas, austerity. Then he went and performed a severe austerity, and he became very mature. He got all the things. And Krishna, from Sabda Pramana, that means from that flute, he imparted the knowledge into Brahma through Gayatri Mantra. All right, then he got it. And from that intelligence, he started to create the living entity. So when you want to create things, all right, when you want to create things, what happened? So there are, they need to have things which is illuminating. That means you need to have an ingredient that functions, you know. So that means he need to have ingredient of air, water, ether, fire, mind, intelligence, ego. So you need to have a lot of ingredient. All right. There are so many ingredients out there. So he need to have so much of ingredients. And the best thing is the ingredients has to be alive. Right. So just to okay, I just explained to you the easy way of saying. So all ingredients that we use has to be what they call has to be conscious. Okay, has to be conscious. So example, say like for instance, when you wanted to create a human being. Okay, when you want to create a human being, okay, you want to create a human being. Okay, so the human being he creates through Prajapati Manu. Okay, never mind, human. All right, it's a male. Then after that, he created another human being called female. All right. Okay, it is called female. All right. My drawing is bad. So create female. So what happened after they create these two human beings through their combination, they go on creating so many human beings, time immemorial. All right. They create so many small, I mean, they create a human being, right? And they go on doing without any stop. Okay. Are you all following me on this? So
Yes.
everything that created is still moving. So what made them to move? What made them to move? Then Krishna infused consciousness. That means all the souls that has been come, it was infused into all these things. All right, all this living entity. What happened? Krishna sent the element called the soul. All right, he start to install soul. Without soul, nothing works. Okay, I just use this color. All right. So soul. That means there's a soul here. So the soul means there is a consciousness. So like that, there are so many consciousness around us. So soul. So who to guide the soul? How to guide the soul? Then what happened? The same Vishnu here, okay, the same Garbhodakshay Vishnu here expanded into the small place, right? Okay. There's a place called, okay. He expanded, okay. This area is called as Svetadvip. Svetadvip. Okay. There's a place called Svetadvip. And who lives here? And the one who lives here, all right, is called, the one who lives here is called Shirodakshasi Vishnu. All right. Shirodakshaya Vishnu. The Shirodakshaya Vishnu is called the localized Vishnu. So that means this is the one that enters into our body as Paramatma. Paramatma. All right. At the same time, this is the same Vishnu that become the Trimurti. Trimurti. That means Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. Okay. So this is also that become the Trimurti Vishnu. Okay. And what we can understand from here, we understand them as the localized Vishnu. That means this Vishnu that has been that is localized. Do you understand what does it mean by localized? All right. Localized means, okay. So localized Vishnu means the Vishnu that in charge of this local affairs. Okay. Are you all following me on this? So what we have read before, we know there's a first is Narayana, Mahavishnu, which is Karnadakshay Vishnu. From him, lot of bubble created. Okay. From him, from Karnadakshay Vishnu, lot of bubbles created. So now I took one bubble out. Okay, I took this one bubble out. All right, I took this one bubble out. So now in this one bubble, what happened? The same Karnadakshay Vishnu entered into bubble and came as a Garbhodakshay, sorry, not Garbha, Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Just like how he entered the womb. The one who lives in the womb, Garbham, Garbho. Garbhathila irukkirathu, all right, Garbho. So that means he became a Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Okay. So from Garbhodakshay Vishnu, he appeared Brahma. And Brahma was creating many living entities, like human being, example, this thing. So this human being can go on creating fellow human being and go on this thing. So in order to do that, they need to have the life source. Okay, they need to have the life source. So every atom has to be alive. Yes or not? In every atom, we see proton, neutron, and all these things. There's a kind of movement in every atom. So when there's an atom and you see proton, neutron, and all these things, that means we say that this atom is alive. It's moving. Right? So example, when the father impregnate the mother through the semen, that means the semen is alive. Right? The semen is alive and the whole body function is alive. The whole body of human being, see that this is a combination of millions of cells, right? So in every cells, what we see what they call in cells, what we see, proton neuron. That's a word, right? What is it? What do you call the things in the cell? Yeah. Is that called proton neuron? Proton neuron. Okay, anyway, in one cell, there's a living. Okay, in every cell, what do you call that? Any science student or any scientific people here? What is inside this? What they call? Cell? No one knows.
Neutron,
Okay.
neutron.
Neutron? Okay. So, okay, neutron. So that means in every cell, that means the cell is alive. So the whole body is made of cell. That means everything is alive because there's a movement because there is a life force. And the life force is activated through Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. So through the Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, he enters into every body, every cell. It enters into every cell. At the same time, the Kshirodakshaya also enters into every body, every heart as Paramatma, as the witness, as a guide. At the same time, this is that Paramatma that also stands as Trimurti. Now, sometimes there is a Trimurti, right? The one rules that this one particular universe. Shiva, the destroyer, Vishnu, the protector, Brahma, the creator. Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, Shiva, whatever. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, yes. Brahma, Vishnu, Brahma, creator, Vishnu, protector, Shiva, the destroyer. Right? So like that. And where do they live? They live in Svetadvip, the place called Svetadvip in this material universe. So in this material universe, this place is called as Vaikuntha. Even though this thing stays in material place, this place is still considered as transcendental. Are you all following me this? Because later we're going to discuss this. When Krishna explains, you will understand what I'm just telling you in advance. Anyone confused? Are you all following me?
No, Prabhu, it was quite simple to understand. Not simple, it was easy to understand the way you explained it.
Oh, easy to understand. Okay. How about you? Just now I saw someone who's what? Sri Ram. Shanti Mataji, Shanti Ramdas.
Yes, it's like they say the Dattatreya, the three, is it? The Datta Guru and all?
No.
Is it?
That was nothing to do with this.
Okay, nothing to do. Okay.
This is all based on Srimad Bhagavatam, Mataji.
Oh, okay.
This is what Srimad Bhagavatam explained the creation of this entire universe.
Okay. Okay.
But other philosophy, I'm not so sure because we follow exactly Srimad Bhagavatam.
Okay.
But do
Because
you understand this?
yes, of course
the
I
idea?
understand.
Okay, good.
So
Very good.
there's some connection with it. What they pray that Dattatreya is also Trimurti, right? And then they.
I have no idea about that, Mataji. I'm not so sure.
Okay.
All right. Okay,
Because I
now.
went to the center, the Trimurtis.
Sorry?
Guru Kshetra. So I went to the center, the Guru, Adi Guru, from the Dattatreya ancestors. The three
Oh,
Murtis.
okay.
That is why. Okay.
That's why,
Thank
as I explained to you yesterday, Mataji, all the knowledge should come from Parambara system. This is authentic.
you. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Right. Now the question is, now I'd like to ask, say, like, for instance, I mean, you have watched Tamil movie or whatever. Whenever there's a Hiranyakasipu come and start giving problem, whenever Ravana giving problem, the king of Indra, all of them targeting this area. They're targeting this area called the Indraloka, the heaven. Because everybody want to conquer the heaven because they want to enjoy. When Ravana did a severe meditation, right? Severe penance and austerity to Lord Shiva. So when Lord Shiva came, he asked for a boon. All right. What was the boon? He said, you want eternity. You want to live forever. Shiva says, cannot. That I cannot give you. Then he says, what else? Okay, if that's the case, let me tell you. I cannot be killed by any devas. I cannot be killed by any great warriors. Rakshasas, devas. All right. I cannot be killed by Vishnu, especially. This Vishnu is always come and bother me. Make sure no monkey, no half man, half lion, and because you have seen before, right? When Vishnu came in the form of Narasingha, I cannot be killed by anything. And after the giving one by one, but he forgot to ask one thing. You know what he said? He
Human
forgot
and
to
monkey,
ask.
he didn't ask, Prabhu.
No, not monkey. He said, even monkeys cannot kill me. Even no animals can kill me. Right? The only person that he refused to ask, is not to say he don't know, he refused to ask to be killed by human being. Because he find human being is so insignificant. That's why Lord Ram came as a human being to kill him. Right? He came in the form of a human being to kill him. So anyway, why he need to do such a severe austerity for the boon for what? Hiranyakasipu did so much severe austerity. He tortured his body until there's no bone, there's no skin. All were eaten up by the termites and the ants. He was such a severe austerity until the heavenly planet all start burning, so heat up. Lord Brahma suddenly come. He say, hey, stop. What are you doing? What do you want now? I want immortality. And Brahma says, no. Even I die. I cannot give you immortality. Oh, if that's the case, okay, let me say. I should not die by any kind of weapon. Brahmastra, whatever weapon. Okay. I cannot be killed by any kind of devas. I cannot be killed by any kind of human. I cannot be killed by any kind of animal. I cannot be killed by any kind of, I cannot be killed during the day and I cannot kill during the night. Okay. I cannot be killed outside the house and I cannot be killed inside the house. I cannot be killed in the air and I cannot be killed in the water. Right? I cannot this, I cannot that. After when Brahma gave that boon, and what did these people did? What did Ravana did? What Hiranyakasipu did? Terrorize the world. Why they want to terrorize? Sense gratification. When they get that boon, the first thing they target is heaven. They kick Indra out. You know, Indra's position is always shaky. All the demons are targeting heaven. Why? Because in heaven there's Apsara, Gandharva, beautiful girls, beautiful environment, happy, enjoy, soma drink, kind of alcohol, right? And you just go on enjoying yourself. You see that Ramba and Urvasi and all these Gandharva all start dancing in front of you just for the sake of sense gratification. They fight so hard to conquer the heaven, right? And after that, second thing, they want power. What is that power? Power to threaten others. So that people see me, they'll get scared. They don't want to talk to me. They're so scared of me. The power. So all these kind of sense, power, enjoyment, just name it. Right? All these kind of things. Okay. Until Ravana, after he enjoys with so many women, suddenly when he sees Sita, he became that. But of course, he got a curse. If he simply touched the woman without a consent, he will die. So because of that, he couldn't touch Sita. He was somehow rather convincing Sita. He sent all the demoness, go and tell, Ravana is such a nice, but try to convince Sita, all right, to accept Ravana. Anyway, so all these things, when all these problems happen, what they do? The Indra, Brahma, all they cannot tahan. They see these guys are creating so much of problem. They go to Vaikuntha Loka to ask Vishnu for help. Do you remember that? I think it's also you can see that in the movie, right? The movie, they say, oh, they cannot tahan, they go to the Vaikuntha Loka. So which Vaikuntha they go? They go to the Sweta Dweep. They don't go to that Vaikuntha outside the material world. They go to this Vaikuntha Loka to meet Shirodakshai Vishnu. And from here, that all kind of avatar will appear, like Narasingha Dev, like Vamana Dev. All that avatar that actually appears in this material world is from Sweta Dweep. Are you all following me on this? So sometimes we see that, Vaikuntha Loka, not everybody can, or not everyone can go. It's such a elevated place. But this Sweta Deep is the Vaikuntha in this material world, which which Brahma and all the devatas, the demigods have access to go there. And beg Lord Vishnu, please come and save us. So they come in the form of Ravana. So Rama, to kill Ravana, he came in the form of Narasingha Dev to kill Hiranyakasipu. like that. Okay. So today, why I'm explaining to you, because we're going to speak about Kshirodakshaya Vishnu in this chapter. All right. So I hope you all understand. I hope you all get a rough idea. I guarantee you.
Yeah, Prabhu, you also have sent a picture, right, in the group about
Yeah.
the three Vishnus.
Yes. Why?
So
Because convince you
I
to come.
actually confused there also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I have tried my best through the mercy of my spiritual master. Just try to show it to you in a very simplified way, because I always believe, even I myself like to learn things in a very simplified way. I hope that you all have understood. All right, I've tried my best. If you're not understand, you don't understand, you can connect to me later. All right. So what is Chattu Sloki 10.8? The first one, Ahang Sarvasya Prabhavo Matta Sarvang Pravartate Iti Matva Bhajante Mam Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha. So Krishna says, I am the source of all spiritual and material world. Now you understand. So from him, Garbhodaksha, Karanadaksha Vishnu, from there, there's a lot of bubble. And inside that bubble, from there, the bottom came Brahma. And in between, there's a Svetadip, Kshirodaksha Vishnu and everything. Okay. So once we understand this, what Krishna says, the wise, the one that are really intelligent, who perfectly know this, engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Because we know that only through Vishnu or through Krishna, we can achieve that salvation of coming out from this material world. Right? So this is the what just now we say, Karanadaksha Vishnu. The Karanadaksha Vishnu, from the body, there's so many bubbles. Right? He's actually called as a super soul of creation. So it's a Karana Kadal, the causal ocean. So he was lying down there, and you see that's all the, when sometimes when you put your hand inside the water, you can see the bubble that come out from the skin, or sometimes you breathe up like that. So there's all that bubble. There are millions and millions of bubbles. And he entered into every bubble as Garbhodakshayi Vishnu. You all understand? So this is the bottom. He entered into this thing, and from here, navel, Brahma appeared, and in between, the 14 planetary system. So let's look at that. What is the planetary system? So there's a higher planet, middle planet, and lower planet. So middle planet is called subtle and gross. So we have subtle and gross. That means we have subtle body and gross body. That means combination of subtle and gross. The higher planets is subtle, and the lower planet is 100% gross. Right? So this is Burloka, the earth planet. So we are here, the middle planet. We are here. So what are the upper planets? All right? Burloka, where the Rakshasa and ghost lives. All right? Swargaloka or Indraloka, heavenly planets, realm of 33 million demigods and demons. Swargaloka, Mahaloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka, where Lord Brahma lives there. So what is that lower planet, lower this thing is Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. Patala means the place where Piturloka or the hellish planet. So after all the forefathers who have undergone such severe austerity, where they were beaten so badly and they burnt and they were tortured in hell. So after that, they'll put into a place for recovery. Right? So after that electric shock, sometimes they come back recovered for the recovery place. So that recovery is called the Piturloka. So that's what we have read in chapter 9, if I'm not mistaken. You worship Pitur, you worship the forefathers, you end up in Piturloka. So what is that Piturloka? Like now, there's Mahalaya Amavasya is coming, right? There's a Mahalaya Amavasya is coming, where many people start to do this worship for the Pitur. So, or for the forefathers. What is that worship for what? Okay. Because we don't know that our forefathers, whether they got their material body or not. Because of their sin or karma, they might have not got a material body. So until they don't have a gross body, they will live there in a subtle form. So they are only allowed access. That means like how in prison you can go and visit your relatives. All right? In once a year or once in one particular, so during some festivity or something like that. So similarly, in every Mahalaya, that place is open. So that's the opportunity that we get that we can offer pinda. We take the rice with some sesame and all this, some yogurt, some this thing, we make it to a rice ball. We offer it to the forefathers because we don't know whether they got their material body or not. Right? So whether we do so when we offer this thing, the offering will go to them. All right? They only can eat that, right? They cannot eat rice, sabji. Sometimes when you see that even one day before Deepavali, people start to offer, oh, my grandfather liked to eat chicken, mutton, beef. Oh, he liked to smoke cigar, put churut there. He liked to drink that stout, beer. Oh, why? Why are you doing that? No, because he likes to eat, so let him enjoy. No, you're going to create more karma for him. You should not offer non-vegetarian food to the forefathers. In fact, you offer the vegetarian food also, they couldn't eat. You cannot make all the big sabji feast, rice, dal, and everything. Offer, they cannot eat. The only thing they can eat in the form of a subtle body is only the pinda, only the rice ball. Others are you just doing for your own satisfaction. So create that pinda, offer it to Krishna, and give it to them, offer it to them. So they take it as prasadam. They get purified. But what happened when we start to worship our forefathers and only we're going to end up in Piturloka? That's a terrible place to be. All right. So this is how at the bottom here is Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So from here, the navel, all right, the thing Brahma appears here. Right. So that's why when you chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the mantra is so powerful, it can go and break. Right. Okay, never mind. I'll talk about mantra later. Then after that, okay, now Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Then from Garbhodakshai Vishnu, again he further expanded as Shirodakshai Vishnu. The Shirodakshai Vishnu lives in Shvetadip, is the place where all the Devatas, all right, when he sees all the Devas can go and approach him for help or guidance. He is the one in charge of maintenance. All right, Brahma creates, Vishnu destroys, Shiva destroys, and Lord Shirodakshai Vishnu maintains. So he is also at the same time known as Paramatma, who lives in every living entity's heart. And not only that, he also lives in every atom in the creation. That is why everything moves. Okay. So now the time is 8:40. Shall we take a short break? Okay. Now it's 8:42. Shall we take a 3 minutes break? Just
Sure,
get up,
Prabhu.
stretch yourself, right, and have something to drink and just come back. Just 3 minutes.
Mm.
Okay, so okay. So now we have already saw that Shirodakshai Vishnu, how from Karnadakshai Vishnu, then came Garbhodakshai, and from there came Shirodakshai. That means through these three expansion, he covers the entire material and also the spiritual universe. All right. He is the source of all creation. Now let's look at Chatusloki 10.9, the second sloka, the second important sloka. What he says, Machitta Matgata Prana. So when you see the dash, 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 that means Machitta, that means these two one word, right? These three one word, all right? So there's a dash in between. Okay. Now, Machit, okay, just need to get this, okay. Machitta Matgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katanyatascha Mang Nityam Tushyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. Okay. Why this thing is hanging? Yeah? Okay. So, what Krishna says in 10.9, the second important verse, all right, the essence. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Okay. The pure devotees is the one always dwell in Krishna. Upon awaken, before they go to sleep, they are always 100% Krishna conscious. The thoughts is always there. All right. Their lives are fully devoted to my service. They devote their entire life for the service of him. And they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one and another and conversing about me. So Krishna says, so the thoughts of my pure devotee dwells in me. Their lives fully devoted to my service. And they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one and another, conversing about me. So that means the pure devotee, this is the what they call the characteristic of a pure devotee. All right, their pure devotee means the one who don't have any other contamination in their mind. When we talk about pure water, that means pure water means the water is absolutely clean. When we talk about pure ghee, so the ghee is not tainted. When we see pure honey, so that means there's no any kind of mixture. It's 100% content. Similarly, the pure devotee means the one they don't have any other kind of thinking. but they are content or their life is, means they are not polluted or they are not affected by any kind of thought process. Their only thought process is always thinking about Krishna. They are always in that ecstasy. Okay. So in that ecstasy means their lives are fully devoted. So that means they engage themselves 100% in the service of Krishna. And through that, they get so much of great satisfaction. All right. At the same time, great satisfaction, bliss by wow, by enlightening one another. All right. And conversing about me. Example, like for instance, this is quite common among girls, especially. I mean, not now, those days. Because those days, when they get married, they don't even look at the face. They don't know who's the husband. Right. That is how my parents got married. My grandfather said, that's it, you're getting married next week. Huh? Really? Okay. They never ask who's that girl. Is she pretty? Is she there? Is she there? Nothing. No such question asked. All right. That was the traditional way. Okay. So when the girl has been proposed, then the girl will start to have kind of excitement mixed with anxiety to know how the guy looks like and this. So her girlfriends will start to become a spy. All right, they can become a spy. They start to look at the guy. Do you know that guy got a big mustache? They come back and they like to gossip. Do you know your future husband, got a big mustache? Do you know he's a 6-footer? Such a handsome man. Oh, he got a brilliant arm. He got a sparkling eyes. This and that. So they derive great satisfaction talking about that. So I'm just giving you a very very materialistic example.
It's nice.
So I'm just giving you this example for you to reflect. Of course, don't think about getting married or getting the girl. But what I'm saying is this thing. So similarly, the pure devotees always like to talk about Krishna. Do you know that Krishna says like this? That this and that, and suddenly they just call upon, they just think about one sloka and they start to discuss about it. And they say, yes. And they can go on talking and discussing. They have derived such great pleasure. Right? When they start to talk about Krishna. So that is number 2, the Chatusloki number 2. And okay, now what is Chatusloki number 3? 10.10. All right, in Bhagavad Gita chapter 10, text 10, it says, Teshang satatta yuktanang bhajatang priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogang tang yena mam upayanti te. So those who constantly devoted to serving me with love. All right, this is very, very important sloka. Okay, take photo of this or mark your Bhagavad Gita. Or you can print, like, I showed that day, you just can print out this verse and stick it on the wall. All right? Because this is very assuring sloka. It says, though to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, Krishna says the word love. Like sometimes we say, I'm the only one need to do, is it? Not such thing. Devoted. That means those who are constantly devoted. That means every second constantly devoted to serving me with love. And Krishna says, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Krishna will reveal that secret to you. How? Through the Shirodakshaya Vishnu that lives in your heart as Paramatma. He will reveal the secret, that how you can go back to him. So when we study Bhagavad Gita, when we study Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, yes, we are studying to convince us to serve Krishna with full of love and affection. Right? We have to serve with full of love and affection. So what is that full of love? We always have to think about him. How we can going to think about him? When we study Bhagavad Gita, when we study Srimad Bhagavatam, when we study Chaitanya Charitamrita, we always studying about Krishna's pastime. When he came in this form, what happened? When he came in that form, what happened? We always constantly thinking about him. Right? Then after that also, when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When you do your 16 rounds, after that, you cannot stop your tongue from vibrating. Right? After you finish your rounds, you put the bag down, you just walk, you want to eat something, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. You go on chanting. Right? So that means when this thing, Krishna says he will give the understanding. So after all this conviction that we have, eventually Krishna will give the understanding. Are you going to go back home in this very birth itself, or next birth, or the following birth, or maybe in another 10 births down the road? Maybe for some it can be a quarter final, for some it can be a semi-final, but for some it can be a final. Or do I need to take a lifetime of practice in order to do this? No. What Prabhupada said, at the moment a person surrenders, at the second the person surrenders, Krishna will already sanction your visa. After that, you try to, then you start to serve Krishna. And after that, Krishna will come and tell you, you do this, you come back to me. He will give you a personalized, what they call, understanding. Because we are all unique human beings, right? We all look at the thumbprint, that no one has this thumbprint. No one had it before, and no one's going to have it in the future. Only now I have this thumbprint, and even you. The way I look, my look never existed before. And in the future, my look will never exist in the future. This look is also authentically for me in this birth. Like what you're having. Your look is authentically. So that means when you are very authentic, when you are a very individual person, when you start to engage yourself in Krishna Seva, Krishna will authentically and individually, he will come and guide you. The biggest mistake that sometimes a devotee does when they start to generalize. Generalizing is the terrible thing to do. Right? When a person who cannot go out and distribute books, but he only likes to be in the kitchen, you cannot call the guy, hey, why you're sitting in the kitchen cooking? Come, follow me to distribute books. Cannot. Or you're going to call the guy who actively distributed book, come into the kitchen and start to cook. Cannot. Everyone have their individualistic. And Krishna says, when you have that, that's why what Prabhupada says, even Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna, Lord Chaitanya says, simply use your talent for Krishna. What is your talent? Are you a good singer? Maybe that is your talent that you're going to serve Krishna. Simply sing for Krishna. You like to be a good orator and speaker. Start to speak about Krishna. Do classes. Study in a proper way. All right? Accept a spiritual master. And simply repeat what you have heard from the parampara. Don't create your own theory. Don't concoct the idea. Simply repeat what you have heard from your preceptors, your spiritual masters, from Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, or the Rupa, the 6 Goswamis, right? And what they call Dayanidhi Vidya Bhushan, and this what they call Krishnadas Kaviraj. All these great acharyas are there. Simply what you hear, repeat it back. But of course, the talent is the way you're presenting it. Maybe that's a talent, use it. Okay, you like to make a garland for Krishna, go and make garland for Krishna, right? Or you think, okay, I don't have any other option, I can't leave the house and everything. So you sit at home and chant your Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and go on reading your Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. All right. So it's how you're going to reciprocate with Krishna. It's very authentic and it's very individual. All right. It's going to be something very between you and Krishna. Because what Krishna says this, to those who constantly devoted. So that's why I've created this RDC formula. The formula is to read Bhagavad Gita on a daily basis and inspire others to own a Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, you distribute a Bhagavad Gita. Tell them, take the Bhagavad Gita. Why the Bhagavad Gita? Okay, now next class, we're going to start back. I think most likely in October. Now is what? October is Deepavali. Maybe November. October or November. See, like I think the Sri Ram Mataji was saying about, she wants a class. I say very simple. If you have 20 people, I definitely like to start the class. Because for me, speaking about Bhagavad Gita is more important than any other festival. Right? Like Deepavali and everything. That's all. Just for a while then. But this is very exciting. And of course, Cheong Prabhu, I'm so grateful to him because he said he would like to arrange a program with all the university students. I love to do that. Right? We don't know how the impact going to happen. So that's what I'm saying. So use that talent. You have that connection, connect it. Or say if you have some money, some cash, give us a donation. We use the money to distribute Bhagavad Gita even further. All right? And now we want to print the Chinese books. We don't have money. All right? We need 7,000 something to print Chinese books because the Chinese devotees are coming into a Krishna consciousness. All right? So in order to do that, we need to print books. So if you think that you have some extra cash you like to spare, you can spare on that. Because printing this kind of books is actually you're planting a seed. What seed? Banyan tree. Arsamaram, banyan tree. And that banyan tree will going to grow and give shade for the next 10,000 years. And your contribution is there. Even a twig was created just because of your distinct. So all that things that you can think of. Or maybe you can think of getting some of your friends to get together, right? So say like, for instance, if I just need to have 7 people to contribute 700 each, 10 people to contribute 700 each. So the 700, what you can do? You can look for your friend, 7 of your friends to contribute 100. Or you can get 14 of your friends to contribute 50. Or you can get 70 of your friends to contribute 10. So get the goal done. So this is how we constantly serving and devote. That means you start to put that in your meditation. That I am going to raise the fund, 7,005 if I'm not mistaken, right? Because we're going to pay directly to the printer. Because China banned the books. So sad. Because China is a communist country, they ban. So they banned the books. So we are doing Cheta Rompa. We're taking some books and send to the printer. They're going to scan. And we're going to print because this distributing books is more important than anything else in this world. Right? When someone going to read, when they're going to have the change in their heart, you are doing the greatest favor. When a person becomes a devotee, his entire parambara is elevated. I mean, this thing. So like, for instance, Mahalaya Amavasya. Mahalaya. This Mahalaya Amavasya, what are you going to do? We're going to offer Pinda. We're going to just distribute books. Just think about distributing books. Sponsor some books. Dedicate some books in the name of the departed souls. Right? Or engage in this service of maybe to print more books. If you can come out with a very big donation, we can just even, in fact, I spoke to Trivikram Prabhu, a Chinese devotee. I told him, even when we see a devotee can come with a big lump sum or what, we can even put their name. Okay, this book is dedicated in memory of so and so. Right? And the book can be printed in that way, if at all, if you want it. Right? But we really need that cash, 7,500. So how are you going to do it? Krishna will give you the understanding, right? I'm not convincing you. I'm just proposing it to you, all right? Man propose, God dispose. I propose. You have right to take it or leave it. It's up to you, all right? But my job is to propose. So this is one way that we can engage. So to engage in Krishna service is very authentic. There's so many ways you to do it, right? So that means Krishna says, when you constantly devoted in serving me, example, when you go, okay, I just give you, because I am a book distributor. So I only can quote from the idea of distributing books. So just imagine, now you start to think, all right, now I see in my name list, okay, I got 10 friends. I talk to them, hey, we were planning to print some Chinese books. Do you like to help? Right? Okay, how much? 100? Oh, 100 is too loud. Okay, can you think about getting 2 people and 3 or 4 of you or 5 of you share and just give me that 100? So that 7 people, you get 100 each from each person. So you are meditating. Your meditation is how to churn the money. But that is devotional service. All right. So this is an opportunity. All right. So that means constantly thinking about devoting yourself. We have to get that books out. We're going to print 1,000 books. And in that 1,000 books, even one person, one Chinese devotee become a pure devotee of the Lord. You can never believe the blessings. All right. So this is 10:10. Right. Now let's look at Chatusloki 10:11. This is number 3. 1, 2, 3. I think this is number 4. I think. Tesang eva nukampartam aham anyana jangtama nashayamyatma bhavasto jnana deepena basvata. What he says? To show them special mercy. Krishna says, to show them special mercy. Who? To the devotees. I, dwelling in their heart, destroy with the shining lamp of the knowledge, lamp of knowledge, the darkness born of ignorance. Okay, now what it says here. Tesham eva anukampartam. All right. Anukam means is ignorance. Aham anyana jam tama. Okay, the ajnana, that means the ignorance that born from tamasa guna. In ignorance. That means mode of ignorance. Nashayami atma bhavasto. Jnana deepena. Jnana deepa. Deepa means light, torch. Basvata. Beautiful. So assuring. So inspiring. To show them special mercy. When you start to engage yourself in Krishna conscious, Krishna will say, is saying to show you the special mercy. He says, I, dwelling in their heart. Who is dwelling in their heart? Tell me. Anyone? Let's see, you all follow me or not.
Govindam.
No, wrong.
Super soul.
Huh?
Super soul.
Yeah, who are they? Sri Ram Mataji?
Krishna.
Super soul. Yes, Arasi Mataji?
Krishna.
No. We just studied just now. Paramatma, yes. And which Paramatma? What is another name of that Paramatma?
Vishnu.
Krishna.
Another name of Vishnu?
Localized Vishnu.
Yeah, Shiro Dakshai
yes.
Vishnu. Exactly. Very good. So Shiro Dakshai Vishnu. Shiro Dakshai Vishnu is the one that lives in your heart as Paramatma.
Super
All right, the
soul.
expansion.
That
Super,
lives
also
in
known as
every
Super Soul.
living entity.
Yes. So it's called Shiro Dakshai Vishnu or Paramatma. Okay. But what we call that? The localized expansion. The localized expansion, the expansion for this material universe. All right. So he says to show them the special mercy, I dwelling in their heart, I who lives in their heart, destroy the darkness born of ignorance. He destroys the darkness. See, we are all in darkness because the darkness which is born from ignorance. All right, we are living in ignorance, tamasa. So what Krishna says, I who dwell in their heart, I will destroy the darkness born of ignorance. Through what? Through the shining lamp of knowledge. So through the shining lamp of knowledge. That means he's going to inspire you from the heart. He's going to come and inspire you from the heart. Okay, he's going to, through that shining lamp of the knowledge, that means he's just going to illuminate your heart. விளக்கேத்தி வைக்க போறாரு கிருஷ்ணன் உங்க மனசுல. Sriram Mataji. What are you doing, Mataji, on the screen? Anyway, so he says, I will remove the darkness born of ignorance through the shining lamp of knowledge. Buddhi Yoga. So when that happens, you will be enlightened. So all that knowledge and all this, like some people say, I need to sit and study to remember, to understand. It doesn't work that way. Krishna has to come and lighten up your heart. விளக்கேத்தி விக்கிறது மனசுல வந்து விளக்கேத்தி விக்க போறார், விளக்கேத்த போறார். எது? ஞான விளக்கு. ஞான விளக்கு. ஞான விளக்கை ஏத்தி அறியாமையை நீக்க போறார். Right? So he going to come and lighten up your heart, and with the shining lamp of knowledge, ஞான deepena, ஞான deepa. All right? And he's going to remove that. He's going to destroy. All right? See, this is darkness, right? If everything is black, dark. But when I just on a light, or I just take the lighter, or I just put a kind of light, that even small spark will illuminate the darkness. Because in the darkness, when you can't see anything, even at least you can see a spark. Why? The spark will appear, and of course disappears. But what happened? When you're on the light. So on the light, the according to that lamp or according to the candle, the light will start to this thing and start to remove the darkness, maybe up to one level, maybe up to one circumference around you. But suddenly when you start to bring a torch, obor, you know, in Olympics, they take the torch and run. What happened when you bring the torch? It illuminates further. So the darkest ignorance is actually in our heart, in our perception, thinking that I am human being, I am an Indian, I am a Malaysian, I am this, I am that, I am a doctor, I am an engineer, I am this. I is the biggest ignorance. Who am I?
Very, very true.
I am a spirit soul. Atato Brahma Ajiknasa. I am a spirit soul. And I am a spirit soul, eternal servant of the Lord. I dwell in this body as a temporary occupant. Despite we know this whole thing is temporary, but we are working so hard and dying for it to create permanency in this temporary place. Right? Like my mentor, Pran Govinda Prabhu. He's a royal family. His great-great-grandfather was the king, royalty. They own a big part of the land. They were Jamindar. They were royal family. They were kings. And which part of India they ruled? They ruled the place in Bengal, which is now Bangladesh. Imagine, they worked so hard to protect the land and take the land. And when the separation happens, that part of India was taken by Bangladesh. So nothing in this world is permanent. Right? So what I used to say, even in my motivational talk, I used to say, do not kill yourself to work so hard for something which is so temporary. We are betting our life to a perishable things. Everything around us is perishable. I can wear the Rolex watch, the most expensive watch on earth, but a day will come, the Rolex watch will spoil. And to own that Rolex watch, I have to work so hard day and night. Right? I want to live in a house like my former house, I'm telling you. Because what I am telling you is based on all my personal experience. Right? We were, when I was small, young, of course, we were very rich, right? We were in a background was like a Jamin. Okay. So then after that, due to some mistakes my uncle all did, we lose the business and everything. Then we went back to normal terrace house. Last time when I was born and this thing, we were lived in I had servants, I've got a driver to take me to school and all this fantastic life. Very rich. My grandfather was very rich. Then after that, the thing fell down. Then we lose everything. So my father, we went and moved into a terrace house. A medium, not low cost, no high cost, medium terrace house. So my mother always used to talk, oh, how great my grandfather was. Big timer, right? In fact, those days, he used to supply spare parts to all the mining, Taukes. My great-great-grandfather was and his face is in, what do you call? What museum? Gopeng Museum. He's one of the founders, or the person who creates, founder of Gopeng. Then I've got another grand uncle who donated a big piece of land in Batu Gajah, where there's a Sultan Yusuf school is there. So when both sides, my father's side, mother's side, all like very big timer. Because of that, I start to work hard. I said, I need to bring back that glories. I bought a house, which is a dream house, huge. When the maid comes to the house, they'll run away. They say, oh, this house, people cannot work. Such a huge house. Easily can accommodate 20 people. Right? One day, and that house is facing the hills beside a falls. There's a waterfall river, which is quite, not so near, quite far away. It's having a fantastic life, beautiful life. But in 2008, when this kind of rain happened and everything, right, there was such a terrible landslide. And the landslide came up to near my house. Then 2018. Until I don't know what to do. I've got children. I got 4 children. My parents and my wife. I just don't know what to do. I start to see the thing like falling off, is coming near. And I just pray to Krishna, Krishna, please help me. And you know what I did? I just took whatever things I can carry and I ran away from the house and moved to this current house. At first I rented, now of course, now I bought it. But I came. What happened? What happened to such a big woo-ha? So when I start to understand all these things, right? And I start to see, that's why I say, do not bet your life to work hard for something which is going to perish one day. Your life is worth more than that. All right? Just do your job as the matter of duty, as what we have studied in chapter 3, Karma Yoga. But just by doing the matter of duty is still not good. So whatever result from that matter of duty, we ask you not to expect anything, correct? Don't expect any result. So if I get something, what should I do? Simply throw. When I do something, when I get paid, what should I do with the money? Simply throw away because I don't expect any result. And Krishna says, do it as an offering to me. Whatever money that you get, you offer back to Krishna. Right? Engage in devotional service. Whatever you want to eat, offer it to Krishna. If you're not going to offer to me, you're only eating sin. Chapter 3, 8, I think. 3 verse 8. Right? You verily eat sin. So what do you eat? You offer it to me. What you like to drink? You offer it to me first. Right? Whatever things that you want to give away, offer it to me. All right? Whatever things that you sacrifice, just do it on my name. Just simple. Don't expect any result. If there is result, offer it to me. So that means your entire attempt becomes spiritualized. We are not asking you to give all your money and live life like a miser. No. Or live like a pauper. So we call Yukta Vairagya. The Yukta Vairagya, now I've got a computer, I got a camera, and I got a speaker and everything. I'm utilizing this for the Krishna service. Utilize the modern gadget technology is for the sake of Krishna. Right? Even though I'm also using it for my business and my talk and everything, but still I'm utilizing it for Krishna. So simply like that, right? So when we start to dwell and everything, so that's why don't bet your life. Don't waste your life. Because we must understand, our life is just like a bubble in the river. It will explode. Any second, any moment, we can leave the body. Right? But Krishna says this, don't worry. Just do what you're supposed to do. I'll give the intelligence to you. You do not need to spend, hey, why the devotee is such a great devotee? Hey, how can I do like him? Do not need to compare yourself with anyone. Be yourself. Follow the standard principle. That's what the acharyas have given you. Chant your 16 rounds. Right? How about regulatory principle? I cannot stop eating meat. That's later. Oh, I cannot drink wine. I cannot stop drinking wine. That can be later. That can wait. Oh, I cannot, gamble. I always like to go to KTM. Kuda, Toto, Magnum. I just want to kunam up you. I just want to tekan. All that, forget it. Take your japa mala and start to chant first. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But Prabhu, I cannot concentrate. It's okay. No need to concentrate. Just simply say it out. Just say it out. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. You are not seeing any effect. It's okay. Just simply say it. Right? Then I would read Bhagavad Gita. Prabhu, I don't understand what I'm reading in Bhagavad Gita. It's okay. Just simply read. Krishna will reveal to you. Because that's what he says in 10:11. I will bring that lamp. I will bring the torch. That I will remove the darkness born of ignorance. When you start to remove, you start to get higher taste. Without you forcing yourself, you will become a vegetarian. Without you forcing yourself, you start to follow the regulative principle. Without you realizing, you start to have taste in chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Without you realizing, you start to understand Bhagavad Gita. I've been studying Bhagavad Gita for the last 31 years. And I'm still ever mesmerized. It's keep giving me it's like an ocean. It just look like a 700-page book, but it has a depth of ocean. And why I'm getting, every devotee experience the same thing. Why suddenly my previous class and this class, why there's so much different? Because that's what Krishna is creating, such awareness. So go on reading. I've finished my Bhagavad Gita. No, you finish, start back again. Make it a habit, right? That's 10:11. All right, done. 12:13. Okay, now let's see. Okay, what Krishna say? What now? After saying this, let's see what Arjuna says. Arjuna is accelerated. Anyway, dear devotees, today I think we overshoot the time, 9:30. Is it okay? We may overshoot the time.
It's okay,
Yes,
Prabhu.
okay.
Can,
Okay,
All right.
You
Okay.
can,
All right.
we can go on.
Now, because I need to ask your permission because this is so exciting chapter and I just can't. Okay, thank you. All right, now 10, 12, 13. Now, after listening to this, just imagine what happened to Arjuna. Arjuna is accelerated. Arjuna is excited. Arjuna is like, what, you understand or not? He was like, stricken. Then, in that such great excitement, Arjuna is telling, Arjuna vacha parang brahma parang dama pavitrang paramang bhavan purusham shashvatang divyam adi devam ajang vibhum. Right? Adi devam ajang vibhum ahustvang rishaya sarve deva rishir naradastata asito devala vyasa swayang chaiva bravisi me. This is a prayer. Even you can note this prayer. Even you can say this prayer. Just imagine how Arjuna is just folding his hand and says, Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Parabrahma, the supreme Brahman. Parang Dhamma, the supreme abode. Dham means place, abode. Pavitram means pure. Paramang Bhavan, the place. Purusham Shashvatam Divyam, Adi Devam, Supreme Personality, Adi Devam, Ajang Vibhum, Ahustam Rishaya Sarve, Ahustam, that means the many rishis have spoke about you. How? Who? Like Deva Rishi Narada. Deva Rishi Narada Tata, Asito, Devalo, Vyasadev, Vyasa, Swayam, Chaiva Bravisimi. And now you are telling me. So in translation, Arjuna said, you are the supreme personality of Godhead. The ultimate abode. What? That means ultimate, Vaikunth, the ultimate abode. The purest, Pavitram. The absolute truth. You are eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn and the greatest. All the great sages, Ahum Tam Rishaya Sarve. That means all the great sages, like who? Deva Rishi Narada, like Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa, the compiler of the Vedas, Vyasa, confirm this truth about you. And now, you yourself are declaring it to me. So now, because why Arjuna need to say like that? Because we always must have reference. When we don't have reference, we are speculating. So Krishna says that after listening to this, you say, hey, Krishna, you are the supreme personality. You are the supreme, Adi Devam. You are the ultimate abode, right? Paramdhama. You are the pure. You are absolute truth, Parabrahma. You are the eternal, all right? You are transcendental. You are the original person, the unborn, all right? Ajab, and the greatest. After that, he says, he is referring to authorized source. And what is an authorized source? He says, all the great sages, he says, he never used the word, okay? So he said, Ahustam Rishaya. That means all the sages, great sages, like Narada Muni, like Asita, like Devala, and even Vyasadev, confirm this truth about you. That means he previously heard about it. Yes, all these people are saying that Krishna is actually the supreme personality. He heard about it. Yes. Authorized reference. But now he says, now Krishna says, Arjuna saying, now you yourself are declaring it to me. So what other evidence do we need to know to make that point that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead? Right? Because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is describing and revealing himself. That day I gave one book to my cousin brother, that quite some time back. He came, that few days ago, there was a big wedding gala, in my house, in one of my youngest cousin got married. Big family members gathered. So my cousin asked me, then I asked my cousin, are you reading the Bhagavad Gita? He says, no. Why? I said, to be frank with you, I feel it is like bias. I say, what bias? What do you mean bias? Because there you only talk about Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, he keep talking about Krishna. I think that's bias. Therefore, I'm not reading the Bhagavad Gita. So it just remind me about that. I say, yes, of course. Why we are only talking about Krishna? Because that's what in Bhagavad Gita is mentioned. He said, you ready? Then I should look at this verse. He says, now you yourself, that means Krishna himself declaring himself as Krishna. We are not a speculator. We are not a sentimentalist. We are not a blind follower. We follow with knowledge. Before the faith, we have knowledge. And we have scientific evidence. Through the combination of what they call scientific, what they call that word? What is the word? Sankhya. Right? Sankhya. That means through that scientific knowledge and through that scientific knowledge and also this thing, the faith arises. Well, is it true? Okay, let me read through. And the faith become even more stronger. Because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself is saying this. 14.7, Krishna says, text 14, he says, oh Krishna, what Arjuna is saying, oh Krishna, I totally accept truth, all what you have told me. So now Arjuna is telling, I have taken everything what you told me as truth. Neither the demigods nor the demons can understand your personality. Because before that, Krishna says, not the demigods, not the demon, not the rishi, even no one can understand me. So in 14, Arjuna is replying, yes, I totally accept as truth what you have told me. What you have told me before, right? What is that? Neither the demigods, devatas, and nor the demons, oh Lord, can understand your personality. No, they cannot understand. In 15, Arjuna is continuing. Indeed, you alone know yourself. He says, indeed, you alone know yourself by your own internal potency. All right. They call Ladini Shakti. Internal potency means you know yourself by your own internal potency. Oh, Supreme Person, origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, Lord of the universe. In 16, Arjuna is saying, please tell me in detail of your divine opulence. So now Arjuna is asking another question. Now, please tell me detail of your divine opulence by which you pervade all this world. that he pervades all this world. How? Who pervades all this world? Again, can anyone tell me? Who pervades all the world? Huh?
Paramatma.
Difficult to pronounce.
Yeah, what is the name?
Krish,
Yeah, Shiro Dakshayi Vishnu.
Vishnu. Yeah.
Right. Wonderful. So now he's asking, how do you pervade? Please tell me in detail. Arjuna is asking for a detail. He's not just saying, please tell me in brief. Or please tell me in what they call this thing. So he's asking, please tell me in detail of your divine opulence, by which you pervade all these worlds. And 17, Arjuna is asking, oh Krishna, the supreme mystic, how shall I constantly think of you? Now Krishna is asking, maybe you might have that question just now. How can I suppose to think about him? Now Arjuna is asking that question. How shall I constantly think of you? And how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered? In which form you to be remembered? Oh, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? In 10:19, Krishna replying, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Hantate Katayishyami Divya Hyatma Vibhutaya Pradyanta Kuru Shrestha Pradyanyata Kuru Shrestha Nastyanto Vistarasya Me Antate Katayishyami Divya Hyatma Vibhutaya Pradayanyata Kuru Shrestha Nastyanto Vitarasya Me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead says, yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestation, but only of those which are prominent. So he says, I will tell you only the prominent ones, O Arjuna, because my opulence is limitless. His opulence is limitless. So he's just going to tell you the opulent, the prominent one, right? So what is that thing? Okay, number one, he says among the devatas, all right, among the devatas or the demigods, right? He says of all devatas, I am Indra. Among the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Which Vishnu is this? Hirodakshaya Vishnu, right? Among the Rudras, I am Shiva. Rudra got 11 Rudra, 11 Amsam. 7 Amsam. 7 or 11 Amsa, right? One of it is Hanuman, right? So among the Rudras, I am Shiva. Among the generals, I am Kartikeya, Murugan. Among the generals, Senadipadi, right? Deva Senadipadi. that means the general of the armed force of the Devas, Kartikeya, Murugan. Among the Vasus, I am Agni. Among the Daityas, I am Praglad. Among the dispenser of law, I am Yamaraj, right? Dispenser of law. Among the creators, I am Brahma. Among the cause of procreation, I am Kandarpa. Now nature. Among the lights, I am the sun. Among the stars, I am the moon. Among the mountain, I am Meru. Among the immovable, I am Himalayas. Among the water body, I am ocean. Among the trees, I am banyan tree. Among the rivers, I am Ganga. Among the month, I am Margashirsha. What is Margashirsha? Margali. The month of November, December, January. Margali Masam. So among the month, I am Margashirsha. Among the season, I am the spring season. So whenever we see the sun, we remember Krishna. When we see the stars, we see the moon, we remember Krishna. When we see the mountain, when we see Mount Meru, among the immovable, when you go to Himalayas, when we see, oh, Himalaya, that is Krishna. Among the water body, when we see ocean, that is the Krishna. When you see banyan tree, which is quite common, right? Arsamaram, right? That is Krishna. And Ganga. And when you come Margali, right? Margali coming soon. Now is, I think, Purtasi starting. After Purtasi, then starts Kartigai. Then starts Aipasi, the Dipali. Diwali time, Aipasi. Hey, no. Purtasi Mudinji, Aipasi, yes. Then after that come month of Kartik in Tamil calculation. Kartigai. Then after that comes Margali. Margali is a beautiful season, right? It's a very romantic
Yes,
season.
Prabhu. Yes.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hey, you are young fellow, you know what you say. So that's the time where they will that's the time that you should study. You should read about Krishna's Leela. There's a book called Krishna, the Supreme Personality. You should read that book. Krishna's
In,
Leela.
in
Right?
Tamil Nadu also, Andal, she already give Tirupavai for
Yeah,
Krishna.
exactly. So whatever things Tirupavai and all this Nalayana Prabandham, all this you should read. That's why when you see in the month of Margali, especially, the ladies will wake up very early in the morning and they start to put a column in front of the house. All right. They start to put column. What column? They put a color column. They put rangoli. Column means it's kind of decoration outside. All right. The traditional, they used to put rangoli. And who put that? The virgin girls. The daughters, the girls will go out and put the rangoli. What is the idea when Krishna comes? Hey, there's one girl here, gopis here. They want to attract Krishna. So that is a beautiful pastime. Okay. And that's also a month where they do the Kartiyai Vrta. Kartiyai Vrta means where all the gopis will be doing prayers so that they get Krishna as the husband. It's beautiful pastime, right? Because the nature is like so calm. It's very cold. You know, it's like so nice, so beautiful, and so romantic. So these are the things, right? That is the Margashirsha, Margali, all right? And among the season, I am the spring season. And also Krishna says about the sages. Of all sages, I'm Vyasa, Vyasadev. Among the great sages, I'm Bhrigu, Bhrigu Muni. Among sages, among demigods, all right? Deva Rishi, Narada. Among the priests, I'm Brihaspati. You know, sometimes when you have this problem with your planet, the Guru planet, that's Brihaspati. Among the perfected being, I'm Kapila. Among the great thinkers, I'm Sukracharya. And he says about animals. Among the horses, I'm Uchchashrava. Uchchashrava is the horse that you can find in heavenly kingdom. Or this thing, okay, the great of horses, Uchchashrava. Among the lordly elephant is called Airavata. Sorry, not Uchchashrava. Airavata elephant. Airavata, you find it in heaven. Right? Is whose Vaganam? Indra's Vaganam, Airavat. Among the cows, I'm Surabhi. What is Surabhi cow? The cow that can go on giving you unlimited things, right? Among the serpents, I'm Vasuki. Among many hooded nagas, I am Ananta. Among the fishes, I am shark. And among the beasts, I am the lion. And among the birds, I am Garuda. Philosophical
Prabhu,
truth.
Surabhi is Kamadhenu Mata. Is it?
Yeah. So, among the philosophical truth, among the senses, I am the mind. Krishna says he's the mind. So, how to purify your mind is to chanting his Krishna's name to purify your mind. So, among the senses, I am the mind. Among the living entities, heart, I am the super soul. He lives in the heart. Among the poetry, I am Gayatri Mantra. Not the Gayatri Mantra that you hear. Or Ombur, Buatswa, that's only first part. That's total of 7, which is secret. Right? Among the letters, I am A. So that's why when that's the same thing that what Tiruvallavar says. Agara Mugara Eluthallam Adi Bhagavan
Adi
Mudathre.
Bhagavan. Mudathre Uladu.
So, apna enadhu? A is what? A is the Supreme Lord, Adi Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality. All right, I've got my fellow speakers and also devotee, His Grace Parikshit Prabhu. He's doing a research and he just found out with all that. He scrutinizingly studied the Tirukural and he came out with mind-blowing thing. What the Tirukural, that what we are studying in the school or this thing is totally speculation. Right? So after this program, I think after we finish up this Gita Gyan, I'm going to organize a program, Tirukural as it is. Right? So the Tirukural as it is going to be presented in English. Right? So you will see how important. See, like what, like the letter A, what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that's the same thing what Tiruvallavar said. Okay, Agara Mugara Ilataram Adi. Okay. Okay, among the compound words, I'm dual compound. Among the signs, I'm the spiritual science of self. That means self-realization. Among the logician, I'm the conclusive truth. And among the Samaveda, I am Brihat Sama. The Samaveda got so many varieties. Among them, he is Brihat Sama. Among the Vedic mantras, vibration, I am the transcendental Om. Remember, Krishna says, I am the Om. Right? The vibration, I am the transcendental Om. And among the sacrifice, it's not the fire sacrifice that you think of doing. No, you just swaha, put the fire, put the ghee, put things inside the fire. But what Krishna says, among the sacrifice, I'm the chanting of the holy name. So chanting the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare with your beats. It is that's Krishna. And among the Vedas, I'm Samaveda. Okay. So that's the thing. So before before we end, I just want to go back to the slide, the whiteboard again. So when you look at this, right? When we are somewhere here. You all can see the whiteboard?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So we are somewhere, a tiny person lives somewhere in wilderness. Example, all right? Can you see there's a blue dot there?
Yes,
I draw
Prabhu.
a blue dot. Can you see? Okay. Now you are here. Okay. You are here. Now what happened? You are chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. You are somewhere here. All right. In this universe, in the middle, there is a, all right, in the middle, there is a Earth. Okay. There's a Earth planet. All right. In that Earth planet, and somehow there's a big country, and somehow there's a place called Malaysia, and you're somewhere hidden somewhere there. Okay. So when you chant any other mantras, it will dwell within your circle, maybe within your house. There's certain mantra you chant to purify your house. If your house vastu is hopeless, you go and do vastu homa, vastu shanti. They chant all the mantras, so whatever vastu that sits in the wrong place, it becomes pacified. You'll have a good life. So it's within your house, right? Or within your town. Okay, your town is having some problem. No, they were going to do a big harvest. You're going to do harvest. You need to have plant all the trees. So now you do this sacrifice so that your town harvest will increase. Then we go to the city. Now in the city, there's no rain. Then you do yagya for the benefit of the city, so the rain will come. Then we talk about your state, the king. The king will start to do this yagya, so the country will be happy and prosperous, devoid of famine and problem. Right? So like that, everything is within that house, within the city, within the town, within the city, within the state, or within the country. Right? It doesn't go out of this place. But when you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, it goes out, penetrate all the 14 planetary system, the upper planetary system. It goes to the Brahmaloka, and from Brahmaloka, it breaks open. It goes outside, no? It calm. It goes, chant Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. You go to the place of Kala Bhairava, then break. It goes to the Kailash. It goes and break that Viraja river, and it goes into Brahma Jyoti. It passed through all that Vaikuntha planet, and it goes straight to Goloka Vrindavan, into the ears and the heart of Srimati Radharani. How quick? At the moment you chant Hare Krishna, it travels in the speed that cannot be measured, lightning speed or thunder speed or whatever speed, or speed of the sound. The moment when you start to chant Hare Krishna, your whatever things, right? Okay. Okay. So I just put it in a blue color. It's much more visible. Okay. So that means you chant, it goes past through break open all the things, pass through all this darkest region, pass through the dark side and go to the light side, no? Then pass through this place, Viraja River. What river is that? Viraja, yes. Right, it passed through that Vaikuntha Loka, passed through this place of Narayana and enters the Brahma Jyoti, and from the Brahma Jyoti, it goes through all the Vaikuntha planet. It goes to the petal. There's so many petals there. Right, there's so many expansions like Madura, Dwaraka, right? All the pastimes, and it'll end up in Goloka Vrindavan to the years of Mother Radharani. And when she hears that, immediately she reciprocates to you, goes through this Vrindavan, pass through all the Vaikuntha Loka, pass through that Brahma Jyoti, pass through the Viraja River, pass through the Kailash, pass through this thing, the Kala Bhairava, then pass through all that material, dark material, this thing, and goes back to you, reciprocate back to you. And you know what will happen? You will be, then immediately you start to have ultimate bliss. Unbelievable, ultimate bliss you will enjoy. Ultimate bliss at a split second. That is why we call this as Maha Mantra. Every word of Krishna is equivalent to 3 words of Rama. Every one word of Rama is equivalent to 1,000 names of Vishnu. Right? So what happened in the Kali Shantara Upanishad, right? Even Lord Shiva speaks about this in what they call, he speaks in this what Padma Purana. What he says, okay, one Krishna, one word of Krishna is equivalent to 3 times Rama, 3 names of Rama. Okay, one Rama equivalent to 1,000 names of Vishnu. All right, or we call Sahasra Namam. All right, is Sahasra Namam. So that means, you see, so in Maha Mantra, what we have, right? We have for Krishna, which is equivalent to 3 Rama. Then we have 4 names of Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, 4 times Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, 4 Rama. So that means what we have, okay? Okay.
4,000 Vishnu.
So that means in total, we have 12 Ramas. Correct or not? How many Ramas we have? We have 12 Rama. Okay. We have 12 Ramas. Are you all following me on this?
Yes,
How the
Prabhu.
12 Rama came? 4 Krishna equal to 3 Rama. So, 1 Krishna equal to, sorry. I made a mistake here. It's supposed to be 12 Rama. 4 times 3, 12. And 4 Rama. That means 12. Yeah, see, I made a mistake again. Oops. Okay. So we have 4 Krishna, which is equivalent to 12. 4 times 3, 12. Rama. Then we have 4 Rama, which is equivalent to 4 Rama. That means total we have how many? Total
16
is
Rama.
16 Ramas. All right, 16 Rama. That means 16 Ramas. So 16 Ramas, which is equivalent to
16,000 Vishnu.
16,000 Vishnu name.
Sahasranama.
Okay, Vishnu Sahasranamam. Sahasranamam. Or in other words, 16 Sahasra. Okay. Vishnu Namam. 16,000 Vishnu Namam. Right? So 16,000 Vishnu Nama means that is which called 16 Sahasrana, because Sahasra means 1,000. Right? 16 Sahasranama. Imagine when you're going to chant Hare 16 Om Keshavaya Nama Narayana, like that 16,000 names. It's going to take you a long time. That also you only did once. But when you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, only in one name you have 16 Sahasranamam. You only in one name you have 16. But what happens if you do 108? You do one round. What happens if you do 16 rounds? Just think about it. You want to do the calculation? Okay. Just imagine one Sahasranamam got 16,000 times by 108. That means one round contains, okay, one round it has okay 1,728,000 names, or in other words, we have 1,728 okay, Sahasra Namam. Okay, in one round. Okay, are you following me? What happens if you do 16 rounds? Okay, 16 rounds means 1,728 times 16. So we have 27,648 Sahasra Namam. Okay, which is equivalent to it became eternity. 2 billion, 200 million. Are you following me? Just imagine. That's why we call this as Maha Mantra. What happens if you chant 20 rounds? What happens if you chant 64 rounds? What happens if you chant more rounds? Where will you go? Okay. So, okay. All right. So that's why chanting of the holy name, it is very, very auspicious. Agara Mudala Yelata. Okay, Mataji. Adi Bhagavan Mudattre Ulage. I'm not a Tamil educated. Edo Ketasa Sora. Na Agara Mugaran. Oh, okay. Yeah, always make Agara Mudala Yelatalam. Yes, thank you. So the Vedas, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It is fantastic way to achieve. Right? So that's Srimad Bhagavatam. Anybody wants to buy Srimad Bhagavatam, you can also contact me. I can get it for you at a very cheap rate. But the most important is your RDC formula. Read Bhagavad Gita, distribute Bhagavad Gita, and chant Hare Krishna. Of course, not this old slide. One Bhagavad Gita, one set of Japamala, one Damodara cut. These three things I'm distributing at the price of 50 ringgit, including postage. All right. So that's the thing. So is there any questions, any comment? We end the session here. Oh, it's already overshoot by 15 minutes. Any questions, any comment? Okay, when there's no question and no comment, I humbly suggest, since today is the birthday or the appearance day of Haridas, what they call Namacharya Haridas Thakur, please chant at least one round before you go to bed. And this chapter 10, all right, please study the chapter 10 before tomorrow's class. Okay, I will share that video with you shortly once the thing is loaded. So download it. I will just share in the YouTube. But the most important is, I kindly please study chapter 10. There's a Mahatmya actually. There's a Mahatmya. What happened if you chant chapter 10? It is so auspicious. Even if I'm not mistaken, if those people who study chapter 10, even they have any of their forefathers who turn into ghost or spirit or whatever it is, they can get even elevated. Or even there is some kind of, you just can study chapter 10 offered to your forefathers. All right. So I think chapter 10, yeah, I'm not mistaken. Yes. They also study chapter 10 during Mahalaya Amavasya and all these things. Okay. So chant Hare Krishna and be happy. So whatever I've said is not any of this is not my own opinion. I simply repeated what I've heard from my spiritual master and also from Srila Prabhupada and all the acharyas in our parampara. Okay. So with that, we end the session here. It is my great pleasure to have all of you. Okay, today we have a new person, Shanti Ramdas Mataji. And
Thank you, Ji. Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
okay.
And
we
thank you
also
to
have,
everyone.
yes. So I hope, Mataji, you just can go through your book again and tomorrow you can share your takeaway. Is there anything
Yes.
that you something new or anything that inspired you today?
Yes, it's so detailed and I understand so much. You, God bless. I really so lucky to have you to, a guru like that to such a great thing. I had all the time to get some knowledge, but it was so difficult to understand. But you simplified so well, The
Mm.
2 chapters was really good. I could understand so well. I hope I can, further learn more so much from you
Yes,
in days to come.
definitely, Mataji.
It's
Definitely.
a
I'm trying
great,
my best.
great blessing to have met you. I should thank also Sri,
Please thank the person who
because
is
so
with.
much of knowledge I can get. I know the way you have presented is very good, so detailed, so we could understand the Gita so much,
Yeah.
especially at my age, I'm already 68 plus, and
Yeah.
oh wow, I always wanted, I listened this and that, but then you were explaining so detailed in the chapter 8 9, which I just saw from the tube. Maybe further I will learn more from
Yeah.
whatever you're going to give. I'll understand more much better.
Yes, Mataji.
So
Thank you
because
for the
I had a lot of a lot of people were saying so many things of Krishna, this, that, and then the Lord Shiva and everything. So now I know when you start saying so in detail, how Krishna and the Vishnu Sahasram, especially Bhagavad Gita, the Vishnu Sahasram was born in during the Bhagavad Gita, I mean the Mahabharata
Mahabharat.
war, right?
Yeah.
And that Vishnu Sahasram, when I used to recite the Vishnu Sahasram, and there also they have written the mantra Hare Krishna at the end, and also they said Vishnu Sahasram is a very long, I mean, to recite. So they make it the sound Rame Rame Te
Hmm.
Manorame
Yes.
to see that. Also, it's Lord Rama's name. So now I understand when you talk about the
Rama
calculation
Rama
and all
Rameti
that.
Rame Manorame.
Manorame. So Rama's word was so powerful. As you calculate now, oh, this is what Hare Krishna mantra is all about. So much of power, and where it leads us. You showed us how we are going to reach the Radharani's place.
Yes.
That was great. So we at least understood so much. Thank you, Ji, Prabhuji.
Just to update you, Mataji, that's a conversation between in Padma Purana between Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati.
Yeah.
That's when Bhishma Dev will be lying down in the what they call the
column. Column, sleeping position. Right. Yeah.
He was on the what they call on the arrow, in the bed of arrow. Bhishma Dev is dying.
Oh, okay.
Right when he was about to die, all his nephews like Arjuna and all these people gathered around.
Everyone was there.
And that time, Bhishma Dev said, a tongue that never chants Sahasra Namam the tongue is equivalent to the tongue of a serpent. எந்த நாவு சாஸ்திரநாமத்தை ஜபிக்கலையோ அந்த நாவு வந்து பாம்பு நாவுக்கு சமம். பாம்பு நாக்கு just like the tongue is used. So when he said that, Mother Parvati will be asking Lord Shiva, I mean, what Bhishma did say is correct, but it's not fair. And Lord Shiva says, why? What do you mean not fair? See, the Brahmin and the Kshatriya, they are all educated people. The Vaishya, the businessmen, and below the Shudras, they are uneducated because they have no time for education. They think about making money and they're thinking about serving others. So they
Yeah.
don't have facility for education. How these people going to remember the Sahasranamam? It's not fair. And that's when Lord Shiva says, Rama, Rama, Rameti, Rame, Mano, Rame. He says, when a person simply chant the name Rama once, is equivalent to have chanted the entire Sahasranamam.
Oh,
So that thing is mentioned in Padma Purana.
oh,
That Lord
in
Shiva's
Patman.
instruction. Yeah, Padma Purana.
Oh,
Lord Shiva
there.
instructs Mother Parvati.
Oh, that's what that part I didn't understand. Now I got it. It's
Yeah.
from Padma Purana. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
correct.
And Lord Shiva and Parvati's conversation together.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. That is how
So
this
Purana
mantra.
means Lord Shiva's instruction. Padma
Ah.
Purana is conversation between Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati.
Mantra Par-
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Jay.
Hope
Thank
to see you
you.
tomorrow, Mataji.
Yes,
And to
yes.
everyone, hope to see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
So much. I feel so excited. Tomorrow is chapter 11. We're going to delve more into this confidential part of Krishna's instruction. All right. So till then, sorry for the time. And also, I really appreciate and gratitude that you stayed back, because I always get affected by time. You know, I'm just speaking and I'm just don't know whether you can you digest it or what. But thank you everyone for your wonderful opportunity. So till we meet tomorrow. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubheva paditanam pavinibhyo Vaishnave Bhayo Namo Namaha. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna. Good night. Have a beautiful evening. Hare Bol.
Hare
Gauranga.
Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.